The recent update of the NIST Cybersecurity Framework to version 2.0 marks a fundamental change in how organizations must approach security. It's no longer just a checklist for the IT department. It's a strategic mandate designed explicitly for you, the executives and board members who steer the enterprise. Our goal today is to show you how adopting CSF 2.0 transforms cybersecurity from a cost center into a strategic enabler, offering a taxonomy of high-level outcomes to assess and prioritize your efforts. Let's begin our journey into governing the unknown. We begin with a persistent challenge, bridging the gap between technical data and boardroom strategy. Historically, cybersecurity has been treated as a purely operational IT issue. Your teams track raw technical data, vulnerabilities, 0 days, and patches, but this jargon fundamentally fails to quantify actual business risks. You cannot make capital allocation decisions based on patch counts. This is where NIST CSF 2.0 steps in as the ultimate translation engine. It acts as a translation layer, converting practitioner data into boardroom intelligence. Suddenly, raw data is translated into enterprise risk metrics, capital allocation requests, and strategic continuity imperatives. It allows the C-suite to focus on budget priorities and capital at risk, giving you the clarity needed to make informed strategic decisions. To understand this shift, let's look at the evolution from an operational playbook to an enterprise risk strategy. Under the old NIST 1.1 framework, the target audience was primarily IT and security practitioners within critical infrastructure sectors. It focused on 5 operational pillars and treated secure supply chain risks as a secondary consideration. NIST CSF 2.0 changes everything. The target audience is now the entire C-suite, board of directors, and risk manager across all organizations, regardless of size or sector. The core architecture has expanded to 6 pillars, newly anchored by governance. Furthermore, cybersecurity supply chain risk management, or CSCRM, has been pulled front and center, ensuring deep integration within your broader organizational strategy. This is a framework built for modern enterprise leadership. Let's explore this new architecture, which we can call the Enterprise Compass. The framework is now driven by 6 core functions. At the top, acting as the central hub and roof of your security architecture, is the new Govern function. The Govern function establishes your risk strategy, supply chain oversight, and organizational policies. It dictates and informs how other 5 functions operate. Beneath it, we have Identify, which focuses on understanding your current assets and specific risks. Protect covers the safeguards to limit the impact of adverse events, while Detect involves continuous monitoring to find anomalies in real time. Finally, Respond dictates incident management and communication, and Recover focuses on restoring assets and reestablishing continuity. Governance ensures that all these operational pillars align with your corporate. Effective governance requires continuous bidirectional risk communication. The cybersecurity framework provides a common language that fosters this vital information flow across all levels of your organization. From the top down, executives and the board communicate mission priority, risk appetite, and budget constraints to managers. Managers translate this into implementation targets and framework profiles for the practitioners on the ground. And from the bottom up, practitioners report implementation progress back to managers, who then communicate changes in current and future risk levels up to the C-suite. This continuous feedback loop ensures that your strategic direction is actually being executed and that executives are never blind to the reality of the organization's evolving risk landscape. But how do you actually implement this? By mapping the trajectory to organizational resilience using framework profiles and tiers. The journey starts by establishing a current profile, which documents exactly where your cybersecurity posture stands today. Next, you define your target profile, the desired state required to meet your business objectives. The bridge between these two is built through rigorous gap analysis and actionable plans. As you execute these plans, your organization ascends through 4 implementation tiers. As you move from Tier 1, a partial ad hoc approach, up to Tier 2, which is risk-informed, you then progress to Tier 3, representing repeatable organization-wide policies, and ultimately aim for Tier 4, an adaptive posture that continuously and agilely adapts to evolving threats. Navigating global regulations is a massive burden, But NIST CSF 2.0 acts as the Rosetta Stone for mandatory global compliance. While adopting the NIST CSF is fundamentally voluntary, it provides the structural foundation required to comply with mandatory global regulations. The beauty of this framework is its pre-mapped integration. The core outcomes of the Cybersecurity 2.0 framework map directly to major compliance frameworks. Whether you're dealing with SEC cyber disclosure mandates, GDPR and global privacy laws, HIPAA in healthcare, or ISO 27001, the Cybersecurity Framework translates your security efforts into compliance evidence. This drastically reduces audit friction and eliminates duplicative work. By aligning with NIST CSF 2.0, you are simultaneously satisfying multiple regulatory demands with a single unified strategy. Now, ultimately, this isn't just about playing defense. It's about transforming cybersecurity into a commercial weapon. Consider the stark contrast between a CSF-mature company and an immature one. A mature organization boasts standardized supply chain risk management, improving its secure posture and proving that to enterprise clients and building absolute trust. It achieves faster speed to market with frictionless mergers and acquisitions and vendor onboarding due to quantified risk baselines. Furthermore, it ensures operational resilience, limiting financial impact during a crisis. Conversely, an immature company loses lucrative enterprise contacts and contracts because it fails vendor risk assessments. It suffers operational drag from underquantified third-party risks and maintains exposed to catastrophic risks, extended downtime, severe data loss, and lasting reputational damage. Under this framework, security is and becomes even more so a competitive differentiator. As we look to the horizon, we must focus on governing the future by unifying cyber, supply chain, and AI risk. The old operational silos are destroyed. Today's threat landscape demands a unified enterprise risk management strategy. The new govern function implicitly embeds supply chain integration, ensuring total visibility into interconnected ecosystems of data flowing through your organization. Crucially, it's ready for generative AI, seamlessly locking into the NIST Artificial Intelligence Risk Management Framework as well. Adopting the Cybersecurity Framework 2.0 builds the organizational muscle required to safely and competitively deploy these emerging technologies.